Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack, man. And guys, we fresh from that gym. You dig what I'm saying? We fresh from that gym, y'all. Getting it in. But you know, before I get into today's video, like the page, subscribe to the channel, you know, hit that notification bell, hit the like button. Let's get 200 likes on this video because I really want to break down some understanding with y'all about David and why he has not been arrested. So do me a favor, guys. Go ahead and let the platform know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and move that algorithm by liking this video ahead of time and watching it all the way through, because I'm really putting you guys up on game and answering a lot of questions. You know, you keep having these reoccurring questions that people keep saying, how come David hasn't been arrested? I think David is innocent because he has not been arrested. You know, I know that he hasn't done it because if he had done it, the police, with all this mountain of evidence, they would have arrested him. This is why I tell you guys, if you're not in your own fucking lane, stay out of other people's lane, because you're getting a car accident. It is a reason why they don't arrest, why David is not arrested. It is a reason why when somebody has committed capital murder, they don't always arrest them immediately, and you could have all the mountains of evidence in the world, and that's something called your right to a speedy trial. So let me break it down to y'all. Make sure y'all stay to the end. So let me give you guys some understanding. See, David's not going anywhere. They have all the time in the world to arrest David. You know why? Because there is no statute of limitations on murder. Look at Tupac. Damn near 30 years later, somebody's in custody, they're going to go to prison. You have cases where people have committed murders 40 years ago and DNA came out and they came back and arrested these people years later. So the thing is, even though they have the evidence, they're not in a rush to arrest David because of something called double jeopardy. Because if they were to, so let's just say they were to have arrested him at day one, when they felt something was fishy, they had more than enough probable cause to arrest David. More than enough circumstantial evidence and probable cause to make an arrest. Because that is all you need to make an arrest, is probable cause as an officer. Then the detective gets your case, and then they whip it up and they go through and they add other things and they see what's going on, and they give it to the DA, and the DA is gonna normally up your charges, in some cases take some away. But if they had arrested David immediately, what David could have done if he had a smart attorney, right? Which I'm sure he would, but he wouldn't know this, being so young and never been in the system. You can waive your right to a speedy trial. And what does that mean? That means you get arrested for murder today. And if, what's today? Today is Saturday. Okay, so now let's just say next Friday, this coming up Friday, a week from now, let's say they have an opening in court and you waive your right to a speedy trial. You can actually have your court date for this entire murder trial the next Friday if there is an open court date. Now, let me tell you why that's bad, people. Because with a murder charge, with the murder charge, when you have all this evidence against you and you waive your right to a speedy trial, that means that the DA has to have their case trump tight. That means they need to be ready to proceed immediately. And with the case of a murder, you're never ready to proceed right then. You still have witnesses you need to talk to. You have people who could disappear. You have people that you need to follow up with. You have people that you need to do background checks on. So what I'm telling you is, when you waive your right to a speedy trial, that really puts pressure on the defense attorneys and the court system to try to throw their case together at really the last freaking second, which will actually end up, in most cases, in like 95% of the cases, unless they got some video that show you doing something, it will probably allow you to be free. And since you will beat the case in court, there is no double jeopardy, which means they can never try David again. So I hope I'm making sense with this, because I'm getting tired of watching these videos and supposed gurus who are like 30 years old, 25 years old, that ain't lived long enough to learn how to piss straight and don't know the legal system as well as they think they do. And like I said, I am ex-law enforcement. I am ex-street. I have arrested people for the crimes of deleting somebody's body. I know how this stuff goes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, my pedigree allows me to talk about this stuff the way that I do, you know, in such a confident way, because I've done it, I lived it, I've been through all that stuff. So, man, when I see these videos saying, you know, he's gonna go free because they would have arrested him by now. No, that's not the case. Whoever's saying that, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Just like in the Diddy trial, when Diddy's house got raided all those months ago, I was the very first channel to say, oh no, the feds are coming. It ain't a matter of fact, it ain't a matter of if, it's when. The feds are just waiting to get their ducks in a row so they can hit all of his places at one time. And what happened? The feds got their stuff together and they hit him at one time. You have to understand, guys, David can't go nowhere. Where is he going to disappear to? If he gets on a flight and goes out of the country, guess what? There will be, I can guarantee you, there will be a U.S. Marshal or somebody following him, you know, wherever he goes. I can guarantee you right now, David is being followed. He is under 24-hour surveillance to make sure that he does not destroy any evidence. He doesn't try to get rid of any evidence, or he might lead the police to even more evidence, and his phone is probably tapped. You dig what I'm saying? And I'll get into these phone taps later, because that's a violation of your Fourth Amendment right. And in order to get your phone tapped, the law enforcement must have tried to use every other option to get you, and they couldn't get you because they're violating your Fourth Amendment to your right to privacy. You dig what I'm saying? So that is why, you know, David has not been arrested, and why he is under current surveillance 24/7, and why more than likely, now I'm not sure about this, but more than likely his phone is probably tapped. So guys, when you be watching these videos, man, I want you guys to come to my page, because I don't do clickbait. I want you to come to my page because I actually know the law. I actually enforce the law. I want you guys to come to my page because I articulate this shit in a way that you can understand, so that, you know, you're not out here just moving bad. Because it's a lot of y'all youngsters, man, that's catching cases. It's a lot of y'all older dudes that's catching cases. Why? You're catching these cases because you don't know how to move within the law, or you think you know something about the law and you really don't. You dig? Because if that was the case, so many videos would not be floating around talking about David is innocent, he has not done anything. You dig what I'm saying? So that's that, guys. You know, I don't like to keep you too long with my videos. You already know how I feel about that, keeping you guys too long with my videos. But other than that, man, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Hit that notification bell. It don't cost you nothing to hit it. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, right? Active subscribers. So that means you guys need to be tapping into my lives as well, because, man, they be lit, man. We could talk about anything on those lives. You dig what I'm saying? And hey, if you living out here in Las Vegas, get at me. Let's hook up. Let's do some content. You know, let's get this bread up. Let's get some gym workout in. Let's get something in, man. You know, let's make it. Let's do the damn thing. But other than that, man, stay blessed, never stress, and make sure you're getting plenty of rest and not getting finessed, and stay the fuck out of trouble.